Hey, good morning, good morning. We'll begin our show here in just a moment. But in the meantime, feel free to get photos or videos, as we're only going to be in this room for a short time today. Now we have over 100 years of history on our walls, cases, and ceiling area. With about 200 pieces of memorabilia and artifacts from all over the world. So lots of cool stuff to get us to have a picture of while we're in here today. One of my favorite items we have in here are going to be the pants that we have in the case up here. These are back from 1972 during the It's the Real Thing campaign. If you had about $3 approved purchase of any Coke product, you could mail away, and they would send you the pants, a bucket hat, and a beach bag, all the same design. They should bring them back for today's times because it is indeed the real thing. Now up on the wall here you can see our polar bear. Always cool, always Coca Cola. Now the polar bear was first used in advertising way back in 1922 in a French ad campaign showing that you could enjoy Coca Cola all year round and not just during the summertime. On the picture there's a polar bear we know from 1993 when they made their debut in North American audiences during the Super Bowl. A commercial called the Northern Lights. Now you can see our polar bear today up on the second floor in the Icons exhibit. Next time it's going to be there is going to be at 10:30, about under 10 minutes from now. So if you want to catch the polar bear, once you get out of the theater, just make your way upstairs to Icons. The polar bear's going to be there at 10:30. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and get the show started off. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the World of Coca-Cola. My name is Corey. I'm going to talk for a few minutes today about some of Coke's history and some items we have here in the room. Now, the story begins on May the 8th of 1886. That's when Dr. John Pemberton sold his first glass of Coca-Cola in a place called Jacob's Pharmacy. Now, the reason it was sold in a pharmacy because when it was created, Coke was considered to be a medicine used for headaches, body aches, and exhaustion. Now, after about 2 years after creating Coca-Cola, our creator, John Pemberton, passed away. But before he did, he sold the company and the formula off to a fellow businessman and pharmacist by the name of Asa Cameron. Now, Mr. Cameron had the company for about 30 years. Oh, I should note that he sold the company for $2,300. Only $2,300 back in 1888. Now, Cameron had the company for about 30 years. And in that time, he wanted to advertise Coke's name on everything. So he had Coca-Cola's name on something like food serving trays, or like hairbrushes, or shaving razors, notebooks, just anything you had around your home could have Coke's name on it. And he was so confident in the company that he gave out coupons to try to drink out absolutely free. And the people did, and they loved it. Now by 1916, Mr. Asa Cameron, he won the race to become the next mayor for the city of Atlanta. And by 1919, he realized there was not enough time in the day to be the mayor and run Coca-Cola. He's going to be ready to retire anyways. So he sold the company off in 1919 to the Woodruff family for $25 million. Yeah, he bought it for $2,300 and sold it for $25 million after about 30 years. That's the power of marketing and advertising. Now, if you were to go into a soda shop way back in 1896, you would see a dispenser, like what we have here in this case. Now this ceramic syrup dispenser is going to be the oldest item that we have here in this room. That's back from 1896. Now this dispenser will hold 1 gallon of Coke syrup in the top. When you turn that handle over, it releases out 1 ounce into a cup below. They will then mix in 5 ounces of chilled carbonated water, stir it up, and hand it over to you. Now it's a fun fact that we still use that same 5-to-1 ratio when we make our drinks to this day. And back then you can get a Coca Cola for only 5 cents. Only 5 cents for a serving. And we kept that same 5-cent price point for about 70 years. It was in 1956, and they finally increased the price from 5 cents to 6 cents. It went up about 1 penny. People were outraged, ready to boycott and sue. But overall, they were unsuccessful, and we got more popular than ever as the years progressed. Now along our back wall here, we have the Coca Cola Company sign. Now that was our first headquarters back in 1919 to 1979. Made out of stainless steel. And I gotta say, looking pretty good for being 106 years old. In our back corner back here, we have this giant red bottle cap opener. Now that was over Interstate 85, right here in Atlanta, Georgia, back in the 2000s on a billboard. Originally about 18 feet long. We had to cut it in half just to get it on display here in our museum. In front of that bottle cap opener, we have our cheerleader Wendy up there doing a split. Now, she's going to be from the Happiness Factory campaign that we had from 2008 to 2011. This is a short film showing all the inner workings of a vending machine and how they get the Coca-Cola to you. And some of her friends from that campaign are in here too. On the top up here, we have this blue guy with that hat on and that big smile. His name is Capper, up there just chilling. On the top up here, we have this cannon. There's a guy in there named Mortarman, ready to blast off. Behind him, we have Worker, this other blue guy with that safety vest on. Now he made sure all the work in the factory gets done. Next to him, we have Kissy Puppy, the fur ball on the lips. Now, Kissy Puppy give all the drinks that extra bit of love. And finally, on that same row further down, we have Penguin. Penguin has the Coca-Cola in his hand. Now, Penguin made sure all the drinks were ice cold from the factory to you. Now, in just a moment here, we're going to go into our theater and we're going to watch a short 6-minute film. At the end of our movie, we'll be going into our museum area, where we have only 5 exhibits here today. On our first floor, we have our vaults. Our beverage lab is currently closed under renovations. On our second floor, we have our Coke Stories exhibit. That's our new exhibit. Next door to that, we have Icon. That's where you can see our polar bear at 10:30. Next door to that, we have Scent Discovery, a little short scent game set up for you to play. And then next door to that, we have our world famous tasting room. We're going to try about over 100 flavors from all over the world. Some of my favorites are going to be the apple kiwi from Thailand, the frosty melon from Thailand, the sour plum from China, the Fanta pineapple from Greece, and you can't come to Coca-Cola without trying out the Beverly. It is world famous. People come from all over just to try that unique taste. All right, at this time the doors are open to our theater. Please make your way in. Hope you have a great day today at World Coca-Cola.